Bullying is the use of threats or force to intimidate or pull someone down.
The word bullying is when someone repeatedly or intentionally do something to hurt another, repeatedly or intentionally do something to hurt another in order to show his own supremacy. Bullying can take place any place. It can take place between student to student. It can take place between a parent to another parent. It can take place between a parent and their children. It can also take place between a teacher and a student, and between a teacher and another teacher. So it happens everywhere.
I was bullied by my setmate, which is older than me. He was angry that when my parents came, I didn't call him, so he decided to beat me. I was crying. I told my parents and my hostel masters. They said they'll take the matter off. They took the person to disciplinary committee.
One of the major factors that causes bullying is it has to do with the upbringing of a child. So it depends. If a child actually develop in a violent place, so definitely the child will definitely exhibit the habit of bullying when he is at the midst of other students or in other places.
Yes, some of them are actually suffering from inferiority complex. So in a bid to measure up to other students, they tend to bully others so they can gain acceptance. And some of them it's from home. Cases where the father beats the mother or the mother beats the father. So they inculcate that, they grow up with that, thinking that is the right thing to do, to beat or bully others.
We've handled numerous bullying cases where we have, there is one that has to do with two boys, and what actually happened is when the bully case happened, so they were, the boy being someone that is very assertive, so someone that is very assertive, so he has the zeal to gather people to himself. So and whatsoever he says in the class stands, and people do respect his opinion. So, but eventually we know that he's very assertive, but another way turn it around which lead to bullying. They were bullying a student. Whenever he tried to use abusive words on the student, others will follow. Yes, so and it got to a stage where the other student was so down that even when you ask him to go to school, it doesn't feel like. So now we're not looking at it. What is wrong? This boy has not been like this. So when we now investigate, we're able to find out that, okay, well, this is what has been going on in their class. So we actually invited the two students after hearing from both parties. Their parents were involved. And when we involved the parent, but the bullied guy, his parents eventually took it to the other way around and said, okay, if you are suspending my student, my child, you should suspend the other one. We now said, we can't do that. What we are doing, the suspension is not, even if you allow us, we allow him to serve the punishment here, not corporal punishment, just a punishment to remove his life so that he can realize that he has made a mistake. So, but eventually, at the end of the time, the parent took the child. It's a private school, so we were unable to get to the bottom of the matter.
We've had several cases, and one of which the student came up to actually complain, and we had some cases where other students actually complained because they could not bear it, they could not tolerate it, and they don't have the voice to actually complain or tell the bully that this thing you are doing is not good. So some had to come and tell the teachers, oh, please don't mention my name, don't tell him I'm the one that told you. And so many other cases like that. Cases where students take each other's provision, they collect from them forcefully. And we've had cases where students are told to fan another all through the night, or where other students will wash the wares and uniform of some certain set of students. I think the one we've had was just extreme beating, and it led to expulsion of the students.
I was around 11, 12. It was in my house, but by my lesson teacher then. Was actually just beating me and saying some things that were detrimental to my psychological health. Mostly because I failed some of the questions in the subject he was teaching me. Well, I lost confidence in myself, basically, and I just shut my heart to that particular subject that he was teaching me. I didn't tell my parents about it. Yes, I was scared. I felt safe at school because my lesson teacher was not a teacher in my school. It only happened when I'm around that particular teacher, but I was okay in school. Well, I think it's not right, first of all, and the society at large plays a huge role in, taking care of it, basically, because it leaves some kind of psychological effect on their victims. So that's how I feel about it.
We have a committee constituted by the school to manage students that misbehave, and probably because in our school we have we call it, let me say the school is like the school rules. So what we gave them was there is zero room for tolerance, for bullying. Zero tolerance for bullying.
We have a mentorship program where teachers are assigned to like 5 or 6 students, and you meet them at different times individually. Over time, we've seen this to work because students are more comfortable talking to the teacher individually, and we incorporate parents too into this mentorship program. We let them know who is mentoring their ward. So with that, most children feel comfortable talking to their parents. So parents will communicate whatever the children tell them to the teacher. With that, we've actually reduced the cases of bullying, and when there are consequences too for bullies, our students feel comfortable to speak out and also tell when they are bullied.
I want to say this to all students or all whosoever that has experienced bullying. Don't be dejected. Yes, don't allow that to bring you down. So what I want to say is, no matter what anyone says to you, in as much that is not what you yourself has conceived in you, just neglect it. Don't let it, except if it's becoming physical bullying. Once it's becoming physical bullying, then go and report. If someone is saying anything negative to you, just move ahead. If you felt okay, you are not feeling comfortable with it, move closer to teachers that you can confide in, or move closer to people that you can confide in to help you out.